Okay, this needs to be brought up. Let's talk about it real quick. It gets really frustrating how every time we talk about disclosure or if Donald Trump is going to supposedly reveal something on July 8th or whatever, it's always brought up that, oh, it's a distraction from, usually now it's like the Epstein files, right? So whenever there's another thing that we can talk about, another piece of news, it's always got to be a distraction, right? Well, I responded to that. Somebody said, getting desperate to distract from Epstein files, and this was on this post right here. If you know Eric Burlison in the White House and that whole situation, it's pretty interesting stuff. All right, great stuff. But anyway, and I'm like, sure. Everything else that anyone does is just trying to distract from the Epstein files. Can't do anything else ever again because the focus needs to forever be on those files. Can't even eat breakfast or drive to the store because it's a distraction. Or maybe, just maybe, you can do other things too. And if someone is distracted, that's on them. Or people can look at the news on two subjects and more at the same time. Maybe you should accuse people of getting distracted and 24/7 whenever you see anyone talk about any other subject. Like, hey, how is the weather? You got to be like, Epstein files, stop getting distracted and changing the subject. I feel like this could be an SNL skit. Also, is he even in the files? Talking about Donald Trump. Excuse me, but yeah, that's like kind of the like you can make an SNL skit out of that. Like, you know, you're just talking to someone, and every couple of seconds you got to slip in Epstein files, Epstein files. You know, we haven't forgotten about that. I don't want to distract you. Like, oh, how's your day going? Oh, Epstein files. But how's your day going? You know, it just gets absolutely ridiculous. Like, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. You can do more than one thing at the same time. You can report on other news. It's really stupid how we think that we have to report 24/7 on the same subject over and over again. I mean, that's what the news pretty much does on other subjects. Like, you know, just to get you riled up and fighting one another and stuff like that. But anyway, that wasn't the only post. There's another one right here.
I mean, guys, right
Now,
before
I'm
you
not
on
going
there,
to play
somebody
the
texted
video,
me.
but
Apparently, Trump is
disclosure
now
party
preparing.
here. This is a very short clip, but basically the same thing. These people, they must be Democrats, saying like, oh, it's a distraction. And I kind of say the same thing. The whole distraction narrative is really stupid, in my opinion, especially when it's supposedly a distraction from something like the Epstein files. It's almost a Saturday Night Live skit at that point. So you can't talk about anything else except one particular subject forevermore. You can't even talk about the weather without having to mention the Epstein files because you're just using that as a distraction, supposedly. If people are distracted, that's on the people who are being distracted, not so much the people who are trying to distract. And if it's a distraction, then that assumes that it is going to work because people don't know how to talk about two different things at the same time, apparently, by the people that use that line. It's just super frustrating and illogical, in my opinion. And there's like a lot of other pushbacks I think you can use on that line. And, you know, distraction, is it working? I mean, people are still complaining about the Epstein files. I don't know the whole situation on that, but didn't they just already release them, or at least a lot of it? People are still asking about it, you know, and as important of an issue as this is, you know, like, oh, so we just can never, ever release any other information until this whole thing gets resolved. Can't talk about anything else. And people are still talking about it. And with the whole UFO topic, nobody cares. Like, honestly, like, I think that's a ridiculous excuse because, like, I try telling my friends about what's going on. They should care. And I make the case of why they should care. But it's like there's like some kind of like weirdness with this whole topic. Like, you can't get people, even Christians, to care about this topic that is profoundly spiritual in nature. Like, I just don't get it. Like, why? Why is that? But yeah, I don't know. But it's a stupid, silly claim that it's a distraction, or that this whole thing is going to be used as a distraction. No, it's not. It doesn't make any sense. It falls flat on its face, and for many more reasons beyond what I have said.